Hello, hello, it's Pixie doing a video. Getting killed by a bus. Yeah, literally, we got killed by a bus. Didn't really give me much space to reverse. But there we go. That's the way that's the society we live in. Very strange this morning. The moon seemed to be well tilted over. It looks like a kind of dragon shape. That's what I see, and a man on the moon. And basically, it was at a 90-degree angle, which is pretty weird. This is where everyone's gone lost it since after Christmas. They're like partially they want to get things done, partially holiday mode. So they sort of hang around areas doing nothing, or they're rushing around doing so much stuff they can't do it right. I think I've got a car at the end of the road for a reason. Yeah, so I'm getting sidetracked. So yeah, so the moon was a full moon. There's this wolf moon thing going on, and you go the other way. Might be easy to go the other way, to be honest. So it was an anomaly. It was very dark in the early hours. So at 7 o'clock it was still quite dark in the UK. And as I was driving to do a job, there was the moon. The moon was like what I call the dragon on it. It was tilted well over. Hard to worry. So yeah, I thought that was strange. Might be a sign of a bit of tilting going on. And always mindful of the pole shift potentially. The other stuff I wanted to mention was I wore my Lumerian type mask I created, and I also wore the Lumerian band. I put them one on top of the other. It seemed to be quite an interesting effect, and I slept with it. Well, basically I put the mask on for a while, but I was mindful that I'm kind of breathing through the eye holes of this mask, and potentially, well, it could suffocate yourself or someone. I don't know. I did notice that it kind of amplified. What it amplified is clairaudience, and it was. It was just kind of like, you know, like this Superman when he hears all the background noise. He's getting these thoughts coming in, and they don't feel like your own, just like something else might be thinking about you, but they're just thoughts, also just random thoughts. It's very strange. And I think it draws some attention from some dimensional beings. I did have this like flash in my mind, and it was something trying to scan it. It was used like a laser pen, but it was a really bright gold laser, and it saw it. It was also like scanning it. The mask is now glows in the dark as well. So if it walked in on me, I'd see a glowing, scary face, and it might freak it out. But it obviously did something. I don't know. And the Lumerian headband, I just slept with that, and to be honest I feel knackered today. And I can't really say, I think I had some interesting dreams, but it was wearing that mask is basically you get more audio feedback. I think that's just probably tired me out as well. But since wearing it, taking it off, I haven't not read everything really. The only thing I've had is a song repeating in my head, and that's just because I found a new song on the internet and I quite liked it. And it's like a spell, it's playing a segment of it. So yeah, so that's quite interesting. So my advice is probably in the daytime wearing something like that's fine. If it's geared up towards sunlight, it might have a different effect at night time. The headband's okay. A full face mask maybe a bit over the top. Not unless you make something specially for that. Like you'd have to have some sort of pipes leading from your nose outwards. So a bit like you got a respirator on or something, and then they could lead out somewhere else. Or you could put it so it leads into something where it's scented, and like some relaxing herbs or something. That could be quite a nice sort of sleeping experience. That's why sometimes I like the scented candles. That's why people put in their room these scent. They find the scent quite relaxing in the oils. There's a lot of people own scented candles, but they never light them. And that's why they quite enjoy the smell, and they don't really want to lose that. It goes eventually, obviously. Prefer not to lose that smell if they can. So that's really it. I can't think of anything else of any interest. So I mean, people ask about the Lumerian band sometimes. You know what type of one it was. I think it was a smooth, to be honest. But what I did is I put gold on it. It kind of discolour because it's just a bit of copper that's bent out, copper strip. So if you active salts in your skin, they would discolour it and stuff like that. There you go. Better, a bit more sunlight. Yeah, I guess the other thing about ascension, if you're wearing masks using crystals, is that you might not just be getting visions, you might be sensing things, you become a bit more sensitive, and based on how your mind works, like you might be able to sense energy better. Or you might be able to hear things better as well, and it's not just like I say, you might be hearing multiple things, not just you're picking up on someone's thinking about you. And that can vary as well, because don't trust everything that comes into your mind, obviously, you know. So it might be projection, you might be hearing your own thoughts. It might be like a feedback loop. So I mean, if you do experience something, don't think, oh crikey, I've developed a mental illness or something like that. Illnesses are things you can't control, that are counter-productive for your being. So if you have creative thoughts about things, you wouldn't see that as a problem. But you might have creative thoughts about things that you might find disturbing, because they're sort of hooked into your anxiety. And you may think that is an illness, but it might be something, just some sort of trait. Because we don't always get what we want when we get sensory stuff. Like if you're sensitive, you can't always block out how you feel about things and stuff like that. And I think it's just tuning that empathy in and other abilities in as well. So you might have, you might be able to feel beings touching you and stuff like that. They may do that naturally anyway. It might be their way of sort of communicating. Not everything's going to communicate with like voice. Yeah, so they might actually just initially make some sort of physical contact, and then from there that might be the way of communicating altogether. They might not have any verbal language, they could be like a plant, a plant spirit might be different. You might sense emotions and have images in your mind, stuff like that. So it can all vary quite a bit, what you looking at your psychic gifts and what they might turn out to be.